Welcome to the Geek Gallery HQ review of the Kotobukiya Rage of Bahamut Dark Angel Olivia 8th scale PVC figure. As you can tell, this thing is big. The box is big. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's big. So we're going to start by unboxing her and seeing what we find. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a lot of stickies on here. Alright. She's very well boxed. Kotobukiya seems to know what they're doing with that. Oh, she's gonna come out. Don't worry. Alright.
So here is the art on one side of the box. It's got a great picture of Olivia there. Here's the back. QR code. Picture of the actual statue and another picture from the card game. And again, picture from the card game on the other side.
No. The literature's instructions on how to put her together.
Alright, makes sense.
Alright. And we'll start extracting her. That's my table, not towel drag.
I'm right here.
Oh. Again. Alright. Let's see what we got. She is not going anywhere. Packaging is their thing. Alright. There's more. There. Alright. First we'll start by taking her out. There she is. Wingless. She is just covered in this plastic. As usual, they're concerned about keeping her safe.
Making sure she doesn't get scratched or buffed or rubbed.
Man, I'm not even sure how to get all this off of her. This is like a slightly sticky cling wrap almost that they have on her. All right. So there is the main part of her. There's all sorts of pieces in here. So, according to these instructions, I will have 2 wings, 2 swords, and a waist band.
Does your head come off?
Does it? If it doesn't, I'd explain why it was so hard to get her. Oh. Alright, that explains a lot. Her head comes off.
Alright.
Great.
First thing it says to do is to put her
Waistband. So let's find that. It's right here. Quite a little detailed piece. Looks like almost like a rosary, I guess.
Look at that. Her chest comes off as well.
Her chest comes off. Okay. This might have actually been easier if they'd have given her to us like that, so we would have known.
But they wouldn't display very well, would it?
Does that look right? So, first thing we've learned, her head comes off. Second thing we've learned, her chest comes off. Yep, that looks right. So you put her waistband around her waist. You put her chest back on.
Now, do you want to put that chest on first, or do you want to put the wings on that first?
Well, it says to do the sword before the...
Alright, so do the sword then.
let's just leave her head off for now and do her sword. It shows this sword next. So
it says there's a hand that has some pieces to it.
There is. Okay.
She has 2 swords in the illustration.
She has 2 swords in the illustration, and this sword, the straight one, comes in 2 pieces. Comes with a blade.
Can't see through your hand.
Sorry. And it comes with the little handle. You can clearly see this hand here is meant to hold this sword. It's down. So let's put this right here. There's that. There we go. We got that sword in her hand. The next sword.
I need the hilt. Does it
This
have the hilt on
sword.
it?
Let's show that. It comes in one piece, but the hilt pulls off. So that this sword goes back here, and you put it together once it's in her hand as such. Alright, so what she's got is 2 swords crossing behind her. Now wings. Turn her around. Wing goes into her back.
I'm actually going to take her torso off.
Yeah.
Sorry, that. Just to make this possibly a little bit easier. Here. If you have a close look at the angle of attack on the wing here, sort of pay attention to how it goes in. It's going to take a little force to get it all the way down. You want to get it all the way down to where you can't see any of it clear. Again, sort of making sure the angle of attack, the angle is straight into the back. Give it some wiggle. And it's going to sort of naturally right itself. Hand of the way. Go ahead and just sort of work it in a little bit at a time. It needs to be snug so it stays in place, and PVC is flexible, so you want to go ahead and get it in pretty much as far as you can without damaging it, and it's all the way in now.
There we go. Alright. So there she is, headless. We're going to put her sword back in her hand here, now that we have her wing on. Boy, this was complicated.
I think somebody thought to make a video of it.
Right?
To help everybody else out there in internet land.
You are welcome, internet.
Again, so you need to have the angle of attack. You know, the angle that the head is supposed to go into the hole. So right, and there she goes. And you definitely want to support her body while you're putting her head or putting these pieces back together, because she is only attached down here by this one to the base of this small amount of support. So I can imagine that you could, if you applied too much force, you could actually break her.
First impressions are she's really beautiful. Seems tad shaky, but you're not going to be moving her around too much. First thing I noticed almost right away while we were still putting her together was a slight red mark on her white corset. But let's start at the top and work our way down, I guess. So first, these wings. These wings are really neat. They are big. I like the color gradient. They're going from a dark purple, lighter purple, until they become like an orange. And with the light, that ends become a little translucent. That's really neat. If you look at her from behind, you can see the swords are crossed. Her hair covers up all of the joints where her wings met. Designs on her horns. Very intricate detailing in her hair. I'm looking at her from above and I see a very slight seam. This seems to be an ongoing pattern with these PVC statues. A very slight seam on the top of her head from the mold, but they've done a really good job of blending it in and almost making it look like a natural part in her hair. Her outfit is quite intricate. Very well painted all through here, with the exception of that red mark that I discovered almost immediately. Her eyes are bright red with a little white gleam in them. They look really neat. She has a nice look on her face. She's very happy with herself. She's got a tattoo around her arm. It's intricately done. All of this metal work on her is painted in a nice gold. It's not
like a bronze.
It's not like bronze. It's not.
It definitely seems metallic.
It seems metallic. It's very nice. I like this little bead work that she has around her waist. It looks good. I mean, there's only so many ways that they could make that look like little floating gems, I assume, and I think they did the best they could with it. It looks really neat. She's got intricate paintings of her gloves. Just about anywhere you look on her, she has some sort of intricate detailing. The detailing on her knees, on her greaves, I guess, is pretty neat. Up here at the very top of her thighs, all of this detailing here, these are actually little cutouts, so you can see her flesh through the top of her boots. These are actually little cutouts around the filigree on her shirt too. They're not painted, they are actually cut out. So we go down to her shoes. Those are well painted. She's got the long black boots and then little gold caps on her toes and her heels. I don't know if you can see that, but they look really neat. They look really good. So the base. We go down to the base and she has all these jagged rocks here and what looks like space underneath her.
Sort of a night sky.
Like a night sky. I think it's really neat. I think it's nice. I think they could have maybe done a little bit more with this. Maybe made these spots, I don't know, a little metallic instead of just white spots. But it looks good.
Definitely check out the pictures we'll have of her.
Yep. So the swords are pretty intricate too. The handle of this sword has a lot of cutout designs. It's not just shaped and painted. They're actually cut out through here, through the handle. You can't tell from this angle. Let me try to tip her a little bit. That sword there has a lot of intricate work below the hilt. It's very pretty. I like her hair. I like the way she has a lot of locks of hair, a lot of strands, including, as you saw, coming out of the torso to appear as though she just has hair flowing all around. She comes together nicely when she gets her put apart. She's, like we pointed out, a little unstable on this base, I would definitely suggest, like Greg said, when you're putting her together, keep a hold on the bottom of her torso, because if you were to push too hard trying to put her chest on or her head on, I feel like you could definitely snap her off right down here. She has this red belt around her waist, and the detailing on this belt is actually pretty good. A lot of gold painting on buckles and clasps. And none of it seems to have any sort of running of the color, even though it's pretty intricate details on that belt. I'm looking all around it. I don't see anything. The only paint issue that I've seen so far is this slight red, almost looks like a tiny little scrape that I noticed when we took her out of her box. She is beautiful. She's an impressive size. I did forget to mention, I'll mention now, that we got her on eBay. We ordered her from a seller in Kyoto, Japan. She cost us about $210 after shipping. But she's gorgeous, so I think that she was worth it. She's definitely going to take up some room in the cabinet, I can imagine. She looks very true to that picture on the side of the box, on that painting, obviously on the side of the box. Same pose, same look on her face even. The eyes are, I really do like the eyes. They're red. So, there you go. In my opinion, she's beautiful. She's not the easiest thing to put together, but once you get her together, she looks great. We did purposely also buy a knockoff version of this statue. Had it shipped to us from China. We are going to do a separate video comparing the two so that hopefully everyone can get a good idea of the differences between the knockoff and the original, not just of this piece, but generally what to look for when you're buying a statue, and if you want to go ahead and just get a knockoff and save yourself some money, or spend the money for the original. So please click our link below for that video, and we'll teach you everything you need to know, hopefully, about a knockoff. Thank you.
Please like this video and comment. Please visit our blog and our website at characterstatues.com. Thanks a lot for your time. Hope you enjoyed this. We enjoyed making it for you. Thanks a lot.